Hello everybody. Welcome. Today I am going to show you a cute little folio technique, and we're going to use the Gnomes for Autumn paper collection. So I'm Christy here at My Artful Adventures. Welcome, welcome. I try to show you some tips and tricks and techniques to make some paper crafting less stressful for you. So this is a good place to start if you are a beginner, and if you aren't, if you're a seasoned paper crafter and you like to just, get a reminder for different things or like to try new things, this is a place for you too. So everybody is welcome here. I'm kind of shiny today. So that's what happens when your moisturizer kicks in, I guess, huh? So welcome today, and I am just going to make sure that we have got all of our comments available to see. When you come on, let me know that you're here. Just tell me hello. Let me know where you're watching from today. Tell me if your weather has cooled down in your area as much as it has here. We actually have everything all covered up in the garden area, trying to save it for the last little bit, because here in Texas we've still got warm weather that'll be going on. This won't be the end of our warm enough weather for some of our plants to live, and so we sure don't want to lose them at this point. But let me know if you're a gardener too. I always like to know who's here and what's going on. But excuse me, we're going to get with it today. This is a little project that I have shown before, and it's not the first time. It's been quite a while since I did it, but I always think it's a fun little technique. I'm going to move you down here to the workspace. Uh-oh. I got the wrong thing going here. Hang on one second. There we go. Oh, that's kind of crooked. Crooked. Not liking that. Okay. Nothing is more annoying. I love this mat, but these lines kind of get to me sometimes because they've got that grid, and so if the grid is all crooked, it's kind of annoying, right? But we're going to use our paper trimmer today, and we are going to cut some squares. Now with this technique, it doesn't matter what your squares, what size your squares are, it's still going to work for you, okay? And let me move us over. So what we're going to do today is, I had planned to use, this isn't the paper pack that I had planned to use today. Hi, Sue. And I wanted to use that Good Life paper pack again, and I don't see it anywhere that's available, and so I thought, well, I hate using some kind of paper pack that then nobody can find after the fact. So I grabbed out something that is still available for us to use, and so I hope you like this one as well. Not everybody is a lover of the little gnomes, but I think it'll, it's kind of a fun little pack. The colors are going to be good, and you don't have to use any gnomes on it either. And I think you can still get just the paper if you want it. It's a fun fall collection. I'll show you. These are the, this is a sticker page that comes with it. Actually, this is just the paper and sticker pack. And that's all that this is. There are way more things that go with the kit than this that you can get. Which is kind of nice. And this is from Close to My Heart. There's a link that you can look at the collection in the description. And so this is just like one. You can get just the paper. You can get the paper and sticker pack. There's all ways to get the collection. There's some that have stamps. There's some that have die cuts with them, stamps and die cuts. So there's all kinds of ways to pick up the collection. And then I just had this. I thought this was a pretty color that was going to go to it. But this, let me show you what these papers look like. These are fun papers. So here, this looks like some kind of a word search. I didn't even look at it long enough. Oh, I do see. Here's pumpkin patch right here. I see that. Here's falling leaves. Oh, I guess it really is a true word search. Here's scarecrow. Here's Thanksgiving cornucopia. And you know what? Caramel apples, goldenrod. you know, this is kind of scenic drive. This is kind of fun because the colors, let me pull it up here and see if you can tell. See, the colors are a little bit different. So yeah, the word search words come out really easy to find. That's kind of a fun page. And so each of these, so there's three different designs on one side with the little zip strips you can cut off, and then on the other side of the pages, then this is what we've got for the other pages. Now this paper is the only one that actually has the little gnomes on it, and the other side of it doesn't. It's got, you know, squirrels, hedgehogs, all kinds of other little fall things. So even if you didn't like gnomes, you could certainly get this collection and not even use the gnomes. You could just get the paper pack. That's cool. I like that. So what we're going to do today is, because we aren't using what I wanted, I'm just going to pick one of these and I'm going to make like a real mini version of this folio. And it's going to be the same no matter what size you make it. So if you're using scrapbook paper and cutting it out, you could certainly make it an 8x8 square. Makes a really nice size little thing, and it's a great size to pop in your purse. But because I'm going to cut 3 squares, and so I'm just going to cut them into 6x6 sections, okay? And that way we only use one of our sheets today for this project. But I was so sad when I looked and the other paper wasn't even available anymore. I didn't see it anywhere, and it was still showing up. So I don't know if they have kind of changed the way they're that they've got those when the month ends. I don't know. They do have new collections that are kind of, you know, the focus for each month. Okay, so I'm just going to do 6-inch squares. And I'm only going to do 3 of these today. 3 squares. And the beauty of this is you could make it however many squares you want. And then it's kind of like, I don't know, it kind of is reminiscent of an accordion folio, but not really. You know, that seems ridiculous, but yeah. And you'll see what I mean. As we go through here, you're going to see what I mean. So what you want to do is you're going to take your paper, and it doesn't really matter which way that you do these. Oh, I need a little pencil. Well, I don't see a pencil, so I'll have to use a pen. I think someone borrowed my pencil. I like to use those mechanical pencils. I don't know why. And I'm so rough on them. I have finally figured out that if I get the 7mm, or maybe it's 0.7, I don't know. I don't speak in metric measurements. I think, isn't that what those are called? But yeah, that's a problem. All we're going to do is we're going to fold these this way, point to point, and you want to try to get them as square as possible so that your little points line up. And and if they don't, you might not have a true square. And if that's the case, I might take the paper trimmer back out and try and cut this other, or, you know, actually I'm just going to use some scissors. See, that doesn't, I've got just this little bitty edge still out here. This is so small. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's very small that we're working with. So I'm just going to trim this edge off. See where it's coming out here and not square. So let's get that off of there. You know, and that's always kind of an issue with some of the paper. It doesn't seem to me, it doesn't make any difference which kind of paper trimmer that you're using. It can happen. The way that they line up, and some of them are better than others. Yep, this is the same thing. Well, whatever I did there, I didn't do a good job cutting. Well, let me get this. You really want to try to get it squared up, you guys. Wow. And this paper is a little bit, it's a good weight of paper for a lot of things. But I'm going to try to get that so I can't see any of that. So you just kind of want to maneuver it around, and if you still have a little bit poking out there, it's not going to be the end of the world. Just really try to get that as squared up as possible. You don't know very, yeah. That, you know what, I can remember from the time that I was in school, they were telling us, oh, we're going to do that, you know, so many other places do it. We're like one of the other only places that use the, I can't even think, what do we call what we use? I can't even think right offhand. I know, and I can't even think of it. But it's never happened. We're still using it. We still use that. And I tell you what, a lot of times when I make these paper projects, oh, this one is a lot better. When I make these, and if I am like doing it from scratch and I'm designing something myself or changing the size of something I have seen, oh my goodness. Oh, look, it's just on this one side, and this paper is going to do it too. Now that's a little bit better. I often think, you know, if you were doing it in metric things, and they're those more tiny little measurements on your ruler, and they're like, you know, in tins, I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, it would be so much easier to figure it out than like all of our things, like a quarter, an eighth, a 16th. And some people really struggle with that. They really do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to find the center of this. And that's one of the reasons I love these rulers that have the 0 in the middle on one side, is because you can put it on here and then you just find the center of, you know, you just line it up so it's equal on both sides. So this one, it's about 4 1/4 on each side. And now we're just going to mark it here in the center. And we're going to do that on each one. Let me think about this for a second. You know, I think I want to, I'm going to put this on the outside for each one. I think that's the way it needs to go. And who knows, maybe not. So about 4 1/4. Nope, and this one isn't even the same size. Wow. Well, that's crazy. I bet it's because those two I trimmed a little bit off of and not the other one. And I'm going to leave one. I'm just going to leave one the same. Yep, that's exact. That would be exactly how much that I trimmed off on those. Okay, so now we're just going to take these and we're going to bring these points up here. And you want to do it like at the same time so you can get them even. Make sure you, oh, I can't even see that line. Okay, there. Well, it's almost, I can see it better on the screen than I can in person. So just line these up here. Get your little points together there. And just hold them down and crease your paper. And then we're going to fold it. We're going to do the other side. And bring it in. Oh, you guys, this, what has happened here? This is, boy, I don't know. Well, they should have all lined up. I have never had that happen. I've made these before. I've never had that happen. Well, we'll just go with it. What else can we do, right? I think we'll be okay. Hopefully. Okay, now to work this one in. How many of you did anything with trick-or-treating last night? Do you have anybody that you still take trick-or-treating? Or did you have very many people come to your house? Sue, weren't you the one you said usually have about 100 kids come to your home? We probably had maybe 20. I stayed home. The kids all went out. Went around the neighborhood. They had planned to go to some spectacular neighborhood they had heard about. And supposedly they do all this decorating, and it's, you know, just it looks great and all kinds of fabulous stuff. We drove over there the other night. It was not anything like what, you know, what we had heard. There were not that many homes that were decorated any more than, you know, any other area. And so when they got ready to go last night, they go, you know, we should just stay in our neighborhood. I go, well, that sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Well, you guys, I tell you, I just don't know why this is not squared up like usual. And we even tried to make our squares squared up after we did it, right? Although maybe cutting that little bit off, maybe that wasn't helpful. Maybe it put it more out of alignment than I thought. Okay, we're almost ready here for our next part. All right, I like this paper. You know, I'm not too much on fall colors, really. It's not my thing. But I tell you, some of these papers really, really are pretty. Yeah, look at this. This one isn't all that square either. Boy, I'd really have to work on this. Huh. I don't even know what happened. Okay, so now after you get those folded, you're going to fold them in half this way. Or just make sure that, you know, they're all pressed down. Give them a nice little fold back in that section. And now you're going to take one of the little triangles and you're going to fold your triangles back to back, or you're going to glue them like this. So we're going to line them up and just glue them like that. Oh, where's my glue? Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, I always have my glue sitting here. Oh, you guys, this is not good. You know, let me grab a different one. Wow. And I'm going to need that in a second. Well, there on my best messy desk, I found my glasses. Bonus! Have a bonus there. Well, oh man. I really need that with that little nozzle, you guys. Boy, when you think you got everything all set. Well, that's going to take some hunting, I guess. Well, this part won't matter. But making my little cover, this is going to present a problem. I've got this Fabri-Tac, and I always think it's funny how great Fabri-Tac works on paper. Oh, I don't really like the smell, though, you guys. That is icky. Looks like it's been oozing out here. I'd have to get another one of my little, well, I do have, this is on the agenda to clean stuff up. Hi, Sue. Other Sue. My other Sue is here too. Rainy Oregon. Okay. Usually, oh, and Sue Blaylock says she usually goes to her daughter's house. There's lots of kids. You stayed home. Oh, yeah, your back surgery. Well, I hope you're doing well. Okay. Well, let's see. It's gonna do it. Here we go. So we're just gonna kind of, ugh, I do not like the way this stuff smells. Ugh. Okay, now if you press them down here and then just line up here triangles and get those glued together, and do the same on this one. So again, any squares, they can be any size. You can see this, it's going to be the same technique no matter what size squares you use. And there we've got that. This is not coming together. Let me... When I get my other... When I find my little bottle with its little nozzle, I can fix this and make that squared up right there in that corner. And get that glued better right there. Okay, so now we've got all these little cute little things here. And you could, if you wanted to, you could glue these down if you wanted to make little pockets here. You don't have to. You could do it like this and then do some decorating right in here. Oops, I'm kind of out of the picture here. Sorry. So you could do it like that. Now I want to make though a little cover. Oh, this is coming out. Boy, once it starts, it's really coming out now. Let me just wipe that off. Well, I'm glad, Sue. None of those things are ever easy when we're trying to recover from something. Let me grab our thing of sorry ribbon back here. Oh, I see one right off the bat here. Okay, so we're going to make a little cover. And I got this to make the cover with. And look at this. This has maybe got a little bit more... Well, I don't know. That doesn't look too bad. But this is a pretty color. This would go good with all of the little things in here. What do you think? You think which do you... Well, we could even do this green color. There's a lot of green in here too. Which do you think for little ties? We're going to work the ties into the cover. Which one do you think, you guys? I'm going to let you help pick. Oh my. Any thoughts? Do you think like the reddish color or the orange or the green? I'm not really hot on the green. Let's take that one out of the picture. So then we would be doing these. Probably if we're going to do the... Oh, you like the green, Sue? I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking the red one. It's not so off. This one really kind of is such a contrast. Hi, Estella. Yeah, I think let's do that one. Oh, Estella says the green. That would be pretty with the red. Oh, I don't know. You know, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this one. That might be enough. Let's see. Boy, that's probably close. Let's see if we've got more of another, if we pull out another section. Oh yeah, here. Let's use this one. So I just cut these off wherever they come out, because there's no way I can ever undo this entire thing. Or I don't want to. Maybe I could, but I don't want to. Let's see it like that. Okay, so now on this, to make our little covers, let's see. We need to allow some space for, that doesn't even look straight. Man, that one is really goofy looking. I don't know what happened to that one. Well, you know, as we make our little cover, I think it'll make it look a little bit more squared up, I hope. This is like 2 inches. So I'm going to do 2 1/4 for the cover that way. And then I'm going to cut this one. This is 2. Oh, that, no. You have to turn your ruler the right way. So it's already 4 1/4, and I think I'm going to do about 4 3/8 to make sure I've got enough room for my glue. And then the way that we're going to put the covers on, we can cut it down if we need to. So I need 4 little pieces that size. So we're just going to cut down 2 1/2. Oh, wait. That's what I said. Let's make this one about 2 3/4. Then we'll have enough room for glue. Not 3/4, 3/8. Oh my goodness. So 2 3/8. And I need 4 of them to cover, to make our little covers. And then 4 and, no, that wasn't right. 4 and, I'm going to do 4 5/8. And we got more paper if that's not right. Boy, I wish my little glue bottle would turn up like my glasses just did. I usually have it sitting right here because I use it all the time. Okay, so 4 5/8. Yeah, I'm not really filled with that. I don't know how I'm going to use that, get that glue that tiny. Now I kind of wish I had like a toothpick or something. I'm trying to see if I have a different. Okay, we're just going to have to go for it. Well, you know what? I can do it a different way. I can do it a different way and then it won't matter. So we're going to put them on both sides here. Was this the one that was real crooked looking? Kind of. I don't even think, if we're going to put it on here like this, they don't need to be this big. I'm going to trim a little bit off of these. You know, I'm going to wait and do it. Let's do it with my scissors. Okay. Boy, is this like the most confusing thing we've done in a while? Oh my goodness. I tried, and then I just was saying, I tried to make it easy. And I do not think this is probably showing anybody anything easy today. I'm so sorry. Goodness sakes. Okay. So let's just line this up here. Make sure that we've got it to where the fold is. And I'm going to put it closer on one side than the other because then I can just trim it off on the long ends if that's what I need to do. Oh my goodness. It's kind of sunny here today. Boy, we sure did have rain all last week. It's chilly though. We still got that garden covered up. So we don't know. You know, it might have been all in vain. We aren't really sure how that's going to turn out for that garden. What was left of it. We've got all that we've got left out there are the eggplants and the loofah squash. But we think that even we know somebody who lives up in Minnesota who grew some last year, and hers did not mature on the vine before it was too cold. And so she brought them in and dried them in the oven. Now it's going to warm back up here. And so we think that even that it'll still probably have a chance to, you know, dry on the vine here. I want to make sure that can still move. Okay. Oh my goodness. And now, oh, you guys. And I forgot to put the little tie inside. That's why I got those out, so I could do that. Well, this is what I always say. You can always figure out a way to get a closure on after the fact. Because that's how I usually end up having to do it. Because I always forget to put them inside. Okay. Yes, this is going to have a little bit more done, trimmed off. So now you've got these cute little pockets everywhere. And then they kind of fold up like this. This is what I was saying, it was kind of an accordion fold type thing as well. And then you've got it like this. And now I've got one end sticking off one way and one the other. Okay. And that's okay. I'm going to use my scissors and use the other one for a guide. And they're sticking out on the edge. Okay, so we're just going to take this and trim it using the top one for a guide. We'll flip it this way and do the same on this side. So there we go. So there we've got those tucked in there like that. Well, now that I look at it like this, I don't really like that color with that. It's got a lot more purple in it. What did I do with those? Here they are. And the orange, I don't know. Maybe that green color is the way to go because it's totally different. I don't know. But this is what you can do. Or you can take just a little elastic band. You could do whatever you want. But you can see you're going to have it to where it will. So now you've got your little album like this that you can just tuck things in. You can use them, and I don't know, I might go ahead and glue those down as pockets. It just depends on what you want to use it for. I think this size is still big enough to probably put like a credit card, or not a credit card, like a gift card in or something. You could throw it right into your you know, your bag and have it to tuck some little notes in, whatever you want to do. But I think it's kind of fun. It's just something different, a little bit fun. And you know, for the sake of just being finished up, you can just take this. And now this kind you would not want to glue on the back really so much, because if you do that and you do like this, I mean, you could actually, it'd still be a little booklet, but if you don't completely close it on the back, Then you have all of this side that you can use as well for something. So it just depends on what you want to use it for. And this would be fun. You could tuck some other little pockets on here if you want to. And, you know, it's just one of those fun paper projects. If you love paper, this way, well, I've got, and the words are going every which way, so it doesn't probably really matter which way that I, you know, have it facing. But which would you do? Do you think you would fix it, you know, to where it is closed on the back and just, you know, like you could still put your tie along here and you could just, you know, keep that there. You could maybe like just put a little bit of glue on, you know, both sides. Not glue, because this kind of thing will show, the glue will seep through this and then you'd be able to see it. But what do you think? You think you would keep it closed or leave the back open so you could use it? Oh, good, Sue. I'm glad that you want to try it. But it's fun, and you know, just every kind of paper looks so different, and it's really fun. And depending on how big you need for your scraps, or I mean for your pages, it's a good thing to use like some papers that, you know, maybe are, you know, you can just make your own little, you know, they don't have to all be matching. I've made them to where they're just, you know, a variety of papers that are, you know, together. And I think it's just kind of fun. But, yeah, so, and I've shown you guys, you know, before all kinds of different ways to do closures. But what do you think? Would you close the back or just leave it open? What would you want to do? I like it on the back because then it gives so much more room to do something else with. And you can just embellish it. I like, you know, I show you so many things and I just show you the construction part and leave all of the fun decorating part to all of you, right? Hi, Deborah. So, yeah, thanks. I'm glad that you guys like it. So give it a try. Yeah, just leave it. I think I would too. I like it. I like it loose because then you've got so much more room. Well, you guys, I am not going to keep you any longer. So just remember your squares. Try and get your squares squared up. And you know what? What is a good thing to use is one of those T-square rulers. I don't see mine handy, but they're not expensive. You can get those that are just the plastic ones, and they are not expensive at all. And that might be a good thing for something like this to make sure that we really have everything squared up. Or I could have put it even down on my grid and had a better look at whether it was a really, you know, great square. But that is it for today, you guys. And thanks for joining me today for this little project. I appreciate it. And hope you have a great time and make one yourself. So I will see you next time. I will be on Friday with Take 5, and I'll be the same time. And coming out pretty soon, I have got, I'm going to be able to have my regular schedule as the same time on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you'll know where to find me all the time at that time. So I'm really kind of excited about that because I think it's hard for people to know if they want to follow you. It's hard for them to know when you're going to be on if you're just jumping all around. And, you know, you're never going to find a time that works for absolutely everyone. But I think if they know that you were on at that time, then they can come back and see, you know, what was going on. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.